we still don't know what will happen in the coming election. But I want to understand, is it that because your understanding and the understanding of others, that possibly a place like Lagos or may say Ondo State, Yoruba land, then no other person has right to contest for anything there? Because in my own understanding, Lagos have outgrown that. Lagos have outgrown that in the sense that it's now.
May I ask you a question?
Lagos has outgrown being called a solely Yoruba state. That is a comment coming from an Igbo man telling us about Lagos, the status which they created in their mind, that Lagos should be a state where everyone can come and contest the seat of governorship, the councillorship, local government, etc. Now, let us look at this scenario. I would love us to watch this video completely, to some extent at which you feel you can watch. I will see you in the next video. This is Trending Niger. My name is Larry.
We still don't know what will happen in the coming election. But I want to understand, is it that because your understanding and the understanding of others, that possibly a place like Lagos or may say Ondo State, Yoruba land, then no other person has right to contest for anything there? Because in my own understanding, Lagos have outgrown that. Lagos have outgrown that in the sense that it's now.
May I ask you a question? May I ask you a question? So hold on, please. Please stop. Okay, so let me say it this way. The Igbo people are Igbo people, but they didn't have a common identity until the British got to Nigeria. I'm not making anything up. I'm not insulting anybody. Is the fact. And I'll quote an Igbo writer. His name is Professor Nolly. He wrote a book called Ethnic Politics in Nigeria. Please read that book before you get angry. There's no common identity, there's no pre-colonial common identity. The identity is there was no group identity or you know what? There's no common identity before the British. I'm not saying before the Portuguese, before the British. The concept of nationhood or statehood is strange. It was non-existent in Igbo history. The idea of state, you know what? Let me read something to you. Say it's independence of clan sovereignty. It doesn't mean they are not Igbo. You're not listening. Okay, you know what? Let me read two things. It's 7:20. I'll see what I can do in a short time. I want to read from two sources, and I'll make sure I'm very fast. And by the way, what I'm about to say right now, I'm not insulting anybody. I'm just trying to explain the reason some people cannot move beyond a particular mindset. It's a cultural problem. It's an evolutionary problem. That's a true issue. It's an evolutionary, like the evolution of their culture is, you are the one who is wrong to expect what you're expecting from them. It's not their fault. There's a way you treat people. See, study how the WASPs, white Anglo-Saxon Protestants, who created America, study how they opened up America over time. They did not start America and open everybody and say everybody come, and everybody just goes there. This opening that we see in America is in the 1960s, around 65. Before then, it was a lot more difficult. I mean, people were coming from everywhere, but it was more difficult for people to go in as much as everybody's going right now. To go in then, in the beginning, it was the Anglo-Saxons. Then later on, it became Europeans, and then they opened it up over time. Of course, they had other people coming in, but it wasn't as open as it is now. What I'm trying to say is that they did it gradually. We are open, like we are assuming that all of us are at the same level. They know that everybody is different based on culture. In one way, cultures are not better than the other. In some ways, cultures are better, because there are certain things that you are doing right now that people stopped doing 1,000 years ago. It means you are too slow. It doesn't mean I'm better than you. I'm just saying that you cannot catch up.
All right, looking at that comment, we saw that the man anchoring that show had to paint the historical antecedents of Igbo people. They are seen as a stateless people. They are without head. And if you look at our history books, if you are one of those that study political science, history, sociology, or any of the social science courses and art, you'll be given a breakdown and a rundown of who the Igbos truly are. Not until the colonial master came that they were given that knowledge of kinship. Just as that, making reference to what that man in that video is saying, there was no kind of, as they depict in most of the Igbo movies prior to that time, there was just the age group. There was nothing like king. There was nothing like any authority over them. Everybody, they operate what they call stateless society, which is in difference to places like Yoruba land and Hausa land, where there was centralized system of government. Now, if you want to juxtapose that now with what that Igbo man called, saying that Lagos should have outgrown a situation where it is regarded as solely a Yoruba land, that by now anybody should come from anywhere to contest for a governorship seat, for House of Representative seat, for a local government seat, for a councillorship seat in Lagos, and be elected. So with that kind of mindset, these guys are giving us that kind of mindset that, look, listen, you don't need to come and simply because an area is located in your vicinity or in your region, so long as other people have come in there to be part of the developmental process, they should be given chance to become they should be given chance to contest for leadership position in that place. But what you forget is that Nigeria or African society as a whole has not evolved to that level. You can only do that in Western world. You can do that in US, in Britain, in America, wherever it is, that you can come from nowhere, even as far as Africa, to contest for any seat there, and you become you can win. But Nigeria is still evolving. Probably we will not evolve till Christ come to that state or to that level where anybody can come from anywhere. You're Brahman, you go to Igbo land, and you become a governor, etc. But of course, if you look at Yoruba, I think the Yoruba tribe has been the only tribe that has been so accommodating. So far, we have almost two Igbos becoming a local government, a first lady in this nation. In fact, an Igbo was once a House of Representative member representing one of the constituencies in Lagos. So Yorubas have they've been the most accommodative in that matter. But now coming in now to now say that Lagos should have outgrown that area, I don't think that statement is sensible. Considering that we have other metropolitan areas too, like Onitsha is a metropolitan area. No matter how we may not have much Yorubas there, but you have a lot of other tribes there. So can that man outrightly come out and say that, okay, known Yorubas, or sorry, known Igbos can come up there and vie for political seat there? We just had an late Akredelu's wife coming out to say that, calling a reviled Yoruba king in Owo as a baby Oba, and the people were angry, and then they lay curse on her. So in that instance, I think our brothers from the east needs to take it easy. Yes, Yoruba is a cosmopolitan state. Most of our cities are cosmopolitan and they are accommodating to many people. So coming out to say that Lagos you have outgrown that and anybody can come. No, no, no. We have not matured. We have not got into that height. When we get there, we will cross it. So let me hear your opinion. I want to know your opinion. I want to see your opinion. I want to read your opinion. Share, like this trending Nigeria. I'll see you in the next video. My name is Larry.